Hey, what's up? Orlando for Nera Studio again. Welcome to another After Effects tutorial. In this tutorial, we're gonna be creating this cool animation, text animation. The best thing of this is we're gonna be saving this as a preset, so you can reuse this in any other project. You can just save in a separate folder, and also I'm gonna be showing how to save and install actually and having your After Effects preset. So let me stop this, and also I have another project that I create. Actually, let me just put this 100% and then full screen and play. You see this kind of effect you've been seeing in scary movies. You can apply any animation or project that you have. So this is what we're gonna be creating. Okay, so let's start. You already have this called couldnt. So right click, you already know how to create text and After Effects. Right click or pick the T as the text tool, and then just type, let's say, Nera Studio presets. And also we're gonna align to the center. And we might need to change the font time, and we might need also scale down a little bit. It's too big, the text, so maybe 80 or 60. And then pick the move tool and align to the center again, and maybe we change the color to white, just to have a contrast and the black background. Well, and here, we are not going to add any preset or effect from the effects or preset panel. We're going to be using all the characters, the properties or effects that After Effects has for the text animations. You see, if we scroll this down, you see the text and it says animated. If we click, we got these properties. To add animated, we can just add, let's say, opacity for this. And also you see, as soon we add a property, it creates animator, and also the properties inside the animator, we have the opacity and the range selector. So the range selector is those kind of like vertical lines are the size you see. Whatever, when we add an effect or property, whatever is in between those characters will be affected or applied. Or let's say just go, let's see, 50%. If we move this inside, you see whatever is inside the range selector, the effect will be applied. All right, so let's go back to cool. And also we need to go this all the way up to 100%. And also we need to I just want to make sure you understand, when you are animator, you have to go animate and choose any properties you have in here, position, scale, a lot of properties. So when you let's say you're gonna add a position, so if I click position, of course it adds inside this animator. But let me just go back to, if you want to add another animator, because you can add more than 1, 2, or 3 animators, so make sure to deselect and go animator and see rotation, and creates another animator. You see animator 2. So let me just go back to, so make sure when you add an animator, you have to go up here. If we just add a property inside the animator, let's say, and here, so just make sure to select the animator 1 and go add and see properties. Also we have selector, and we got range, wiggle, and expression. We might talking about this in another tutorial. Well, if we go properties, you see we have the same properties that we had in the animator. You see the same thing. But if we click, let's say, then here need blur, and you see it creates inside the animator 1. It's not creating another animator. So I just want you to make sure, understand this when you create animators or add properties inside the animators. Okay, and here we're just gonna go up to 50 blur, and also the opacity we might go into 0 and see the animation. So you see we are not going to add a keyframes in here. No. Just if we scroll this down and see a start and an offset, so whatever the value we have in here will be affected inside the you see inside the left range selector. You see in this case, if we go 0, so you see it's we are not seeing anything. And the same thing in here, you see the right side, You see the text effect. So let me just go back to, but for this tutorial, we're gonna start in 30% and just add a 30, and we're gonna end it up on 60. Cool. So you see whatever's inside the range selector, we are not seeing anything because we add opacity 0%. But and here we need to go and see, we are not looking for this effect, we're looking for different that I show you and the project. You see this is a little bit different. I shouldn't just fit and count and see, this is what we're looking for. But if we take a look in here, we are not close to. Well, there we go. All right, so once we have this, we need to add the animation. So let me go back to 0 frames and add you know, a keyframe, and go all the way down to -100. And you see, of course, the right range selector is you know, on the left side with the left range selector. And here to take that the effect, we need to go to where it says 12 down advanced, and we got a lot of options in here also. We are not going to talk about these options for now. We, as I say, we might be having another tutorial, you know, and we will be talking about those and what we can do with this. In this case, we're gonna just where it says shapes, and we are in squares for default. If we scroll down this, we got, you see, ramp up. So we put ramp up and we play, we are not seeing anything. If we go back to, you know, the offset, and then just go hold it down, option shift, go and J, go let's say 4 seconds and see, and go up to 100%, and you will see the effect. So let me see actually what we have. You see there's the effect actually. Of course this is not what I'm looking for, but we go in there. As I say, once we have this, also we might need to click this, you know, this graph editor, make sure it's clicked. You see it becomes blue. If we just throw this up and select this animator, and we're gonna duplicate this, hold it down, Command D, and we got to animator 2, and just throw down this and go on again the range selector, and here we just gonna go you know, maybe 1.5 second long. So option shift J and go 1.5 second long, and select the keyframes and just move this. Of course, if we play, we're still having the same effect, nothing changed. All right, so let me go back to advanced again, and here with it says shape, of course we need to put in what it says ramp down, and you will see the effect. So let me see actually. Cool. You see? So we start seeing the effect. So you can just arrange, and here, you know, you can just change the values depending on how you like, you see. And you can change. So let me just go back. I'm gonna leave in here, and also make sure this graphic editor icon is selected. Just throw this up and this as well, and make sure it's selected, and go the graphic editor, and we have this line. So make sure the second is also selected. Why it's not showing the, all right, there we have. Make sure to have both of them, and let me just close this, and then holding down option, we're gonna just add a path. You see, make sure both sides, and hold it on shift. We might need to put, you know, kind of like easy, this nice animation. Same thing here. This we need to hold down option and have this path, hold down shift, and you see also the same thing here, holding down shift, and then hold down, I mean option to have the path, and shift to, you know, is easy. And see if we play, actually, you know, we still, but I'm not kind of like liking this effect, because so we can start playing. Actually, you know, you see we can play around those, you just moving those paths, you know, so we can just see. Anyway, and then you will have this effect, you see. Nice. Actually, also you can just go back to, and you know, and the animator, you can change the start, and if we don't like also the end, and we have 42, 75, and go animate 1, and the same thing 42 and 71. So you will see, and you will have the effect. So I'm just go and play and see what we have. See, as you know, sometimes you know, it's not getting that you were expecting, because you know, like in here it's kind of like more realistic, you know, or maybe because this text is a little smaller, but I really like this effect. But that's the way you can get that effect. So let's jump into actually, before we jump into the other project, I'm gonna show you how to, you know, save this animator or this preset so you can reuse in any other project in After Effects. Of course, doesn't matter the version you're using, and you can use you know, CS4, CS5, and the latest. And the way to save the preset is if you just click this and select. Of course, you might be thinking whatever we have inside the text will be saved in the preset. Of course, yeah, it works like that, but the problem is when you save this and this way, the problem is when you apply in the next project. Let's say you have in here, like, you know, different title, like let's say my I love you, and you're gonna just like right now actually you have Nera Studio, right? If we just if you just type for the next letter, let's say you type I love you, as soon you apply or add this preset that you save will replace the text, the same text you saved, in this case Nera Studio. So that's why I really recommend do not select this and go animation save preset. So the best way to you know, save the preset is make sure only the animators, in this case we have 2, so make sure both of them selected. If we got 3, 4, you know, depending on whatever you have, you just make sure select only the animators, and so you will be fine, because you say you saving all the animations that you have or the properties that you have inside the animators. So make sure both of them selected and go animator and save as an animation preset, and the folder will pop up. But in this case, for default, After Effects opens this what it says you see user preset. So I don't suggest you to save in this folder which says user preset, because when you you know, uninstall After Effects and install a new version, you won't have the folder you know, to reuse the presets. So the best way to you know, save is create a desktop, create a folder, and then just save your presets. And after you save the presets, then you can just install an After Effects. So like you can go applications and look it up for the version that you have. I have 14 and 15, so I'm gonna save in the 15. So just double click and you see presets and look it up for text. Inside this text folder, you got a lot of more folders, you see, and you can save any of those folders, but you can create your own folder as well. So I create Nera Studio, you see, and then just double click and I have, you know, the in and out, you know, in animations and out animations. So I have this, I already create a bunch of those. Also will be available to download my site, so make sure to check my site to download those, and you can use and start exploding. Let me just save it here. Actually I already have, so I just cancel. So that's the way to you know, install or save the presets or create your own presets, text presets for After Effects. So let me jump into the other you know, compositions and just add a new text, and I'm gonna type Nera Studio, and maybe we're going up to 100% and align to the center. If you don't have this panel, you can go window and align, you see, and also you have the shortcut also. All right, it's command 4 I guess, and let me just align to the center. And also we're gonna change the font to Arial, and then we might need to change the color. The studio, we might need to go my favorite colors, DA3040. Cool, then hit OK. And also we might need to, what else? No, I think we're gonna start with this. And so the same thing, we need to go and scroll this down. You see text, and as I explained in the other project, you need to add an animator. So you see the same options that we have when we add the properties inside the animator, whatever animator you have been added. Okay, in this case we're gonna add a blur again, and you see it creates another animator. So and here we can keep adding another properties inside this animator one. So make sure select and go properties, and then we need to go blur. We already have blur. Also we need to go opacity, and what else we need to, for this animation to look nice, we need to go rotation, and what else we need to go position, and what else we need to add in here. As you see, the position has X and Y axis, but we don't have the Z axis in case you need to make a animation from the Z axis. So the way to add a 3D axis is go again to add properties and see enable per character 3D. This was added in the CS3, I guess, and so you can use any, you can create the same animation whatever version you're using. So let me just enable this, and you will see, the x-axis we are able to access. Once we have this, we need to make sure go maybe again 50 blur, and then we need to, what else, and the opacity we need to go all the way down to 0. And the same thing we need to go what else, I guess let me see if we go and start adding the keyframes, so let me see. Actually we have whatever is inside. As I said, the range selector will be applied to the effect, in this case the opacity and the blur we added. All right, so let me just troll this down, and as I say, we can start playing here. Actually if we go 100%, you start seeing the effect, you see. So let me just go back to, in this case we need to go all the way down -100 and add a keyframe. And if we go 1.5 second long, so let me just go Option Shift J and go 1.5 second long and add another keyframe, but in this case we need to go all the way up to 100% opacity, I mean the offset. If we see the effect, actually we kind of like not getting the effect, so you see this is not what we're looking for. But if we just dwell on this advanced settings and go again to the shape and put ramp up, and you will have the effect. So let me just play. I'll just play it. Cool, this is what we're looking for, and the next step is, if we just stop this, go to an easy low. So we need to make sure this is smooth, so let me just add 100% and play that again and see, actually start seeing the effect. Nice. So the way let me just fit and camp. Actually, let me just go 33% and see. We need to put this text down below the screen, so that's why we add the position. So let me go, and you can start the animation from the X axis or Y, or the X, Y, or Z. In this case we need the Y position, so let me just go down below the screen. So it will be, in this case we have 1080, so the half will be kind of like 550 maybe, but in this case I just gonna add a 600 and see, make sure if we go all the way to 0 seconds, you see it's down below the screen. And if we play and you start seeing the effect, you see nice. Also you can create this kind of effect, but so that we're looking for is different, a little bit different. If we just go up, actually what it says random, we need to turn on. So if we turn on this and play, and we have the effect that we're looking for. So let me just make sure to fit and camp and play that again and see that we getting the effect, as I said. So this is well, I can with this idea, because I'm working a project, After Effects project for a client, and he was asking me how to get the text animation that you've been seeing a lot on the websites where they sell the After Effects templates. You see this kind of animation, so you might be thinking how they do this nice animations. So that's why I came out with this, to show you guys and make sure you learn a little bit how to create those animations and save as a preset, so then you can reuse it. Once we have this, we also need to add a little bit rotation, so that's why we add a rotation. So let's just leave in there and go the y-axis and rotation, and go, let me see, maybe go 200 and play. So you will see the effect what we're looking for. Cool. So we almost finished, so let me just stop this and make sure to go 100% and just full screen and play that again. And you see, this is the effect. Actually, this effect, this project I'm creating because the next week I will be creating a nice project. So make sure to check for next week. I will be creating nice. So this is a surprise for you guys. I will be creating nice tutorial in After Effects, and I'm gonna be using this preset. Let me just go on and fit. Once we have this, let me just scroll this down. As you know, you already know how to save. Make sure to select the animator, just the animator, and go animation and save preset, and just save it to your folder. All right, so once we have this, we need to add the background. Just go a little fast and go black. It's okay. And and we need to add a ramp, maybe. That's my favorite. So let me go radial, my favorite preset. Go this white, and this we might need to go a little bit bluish. I love the blue, and there you have. And also we need to pull this down to the middle, and maybe this, in the middle. And this might be a little bit out of the composition. Let me just fit. And then we need to change the color of the text as well. So let's see, because we are not seeing. Actually, let me just double click, and just the white, we need to go black color, just to have a contrast, and see what else we have to do in here is, where I did is just add a new solid. Make sure it's black, and you can rename this, but in this case I'm not gonna rename anything. And go effect and go regenerate, and we're gonna add a lens flare and see, actually, and cool. And just put this down below the text and make sure it's selected, and just move a little bit, and then make sure the toggle switch mode is and we have the blending mode option. So just scroll this down and go screen maybe, and there we have, actually, and if we just play, and you got that cool effect. It's quick, nothing hard to create. Let me see if we go 100% full screen and play, and there we have the same effect that we show in here. This is only the colors a little bit different. It's, I really like this instead of like in the other one. And you see, smooth, and the text rotating, floating from the bottom to the center by characters, So you can create that nice and also save it. So I think that's all for today. Hope you guys like it. As I say, I'm gonna be posting one tutorial every Saturday, Sunday, but sometimes in case I'm busy, I'm not posting Saturday or Sunday. In this case, I'm recording this a little bit late because as you been knowing, I had an accident last year, so I'm still having a little headache. So those last 2 days I had a headache because it's summertime over here, and being a little bit sick. Anyway, so who cares that? And I hope you guys like it. Please leave a comment, like the video, dislike, whatever, anything. As I said the last time, anything is welcome. And make sure to check my website for the latest project or tutorials also, to download free as always. Okay, see you next week will be, right?